Trying to pass it up to Dowling, and there's the pass to Dowling. Dowling going to take a shot. Audrey Keeter across to Keezer. Keezer shot in. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the Kentucky International Convention Center for Power Soccer Shop. I'm Tony Jackson, and coming up in just a few moments, the bronze medal match of the Power Soccer competition here at the 39th National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Team Count Fleet will be taking on Team Justify in a somewhat debated and somewhat controversial decision. A lot of people wondering if Team Justify shouldn't be playing for the gold medal tomorrow, where American Pharaoh will be doing battle against Team Gallant Fox. But either way, here we are, Team Justify taking on Team Count Fleet. One of these teams will go home with some hardware. The other one will go home with thoughts of next year's games and getting in a medal potentially then. So the teams are just about ready to go. The coin has been tossed. Starting lineups are coming out onto the floor. As soon as we know who is all supposed to be on the pitch, I'll let you know who they are. So we do know, at least for Team Count Fleet, in goal number 11, Renee Peterson. Also on the floor, number 5, Bruce Sanders. In the middle, number 13, Mike Brady. And here, next to the broadcast booth, number 4, Ray Kozarowski, better known as Ski. Just waiting for the starting four for Team Justify to come out. It looks like in goal we have number 3, Ulysses Albritton. Also on the floor, number 2, Happy Barton. In the middle, 00, Matthew Powell. And rounding out the Team Justify lineup, number 1, David North. Your referee for the match is Aaron Wiley. And we're just waiting now for the whistle to blow to start the match. Looks like Ulysses Albritton might be having some chair issues here. He's been kind of sitting in that same position for the last few moments. And it looks like we are now ready to go. Ulysses Albritton still doesn't look like he's quite ready, but the whistle's blown and we're underway here. Sanders with the ball. Barton pushes it down the line, and Mike Brady lets it roll out of play. He's going to take the kick in here. Brady sends that ball down the line. Barton keeps it in, and now Powell will take on Mike Brady. Peterson heads out towards the ball just to make sure it doesn't roll in on goal. Goal kick coming up for Count Fleet. Just after 8 p.m. here in Louisville. Barton sends it back into Brady. And Brady hits it out of play. Kick in coming up for Team Justify. And that one just a little bit too much pace and a little too far away for Powell, so another kick in coming up for Team Count Fleet. So now Team Justify setting up their defense. Happy Barton in the goal area with Albritton. Powell keeps that in play. And now Powell takes it away from Brady. Michael Powell racing in. Renee Peterson, the only one back there in the Team Count Fleet box. And Peterson does just enough to get it out and give Team Justify a corner kick. So Happy Barton going to take this kick. Peterson sends that one out of play, and that is a kick in coming up for Team Justify. Powell tried to collect that ball, but he backed up just a little too much, but he gets it on the other end of the floor, and so now Michael Powell racing in. Mike Brady takes it away, and now Ski with the ball driving down the floor, but Powell is back to recover and collect that ball. That ball is dangerously close to going under Ski's chair. Oh, and Powell just runs right into Ski. That's going to be a foul on Powell. And it looks like the joystick cover on Powell's chair came off, and Ski just checking out his foot there. Hopefully he's okay. He got hit pretty hard. So direct free kick coming up for Team Count Fleet. And we're going to get a substitution. It looks like Jess Olaf coming into the match, as well as Sylvester Cooper coming out. Renee Peterson.
5 is out.
And Bruce Sanders both coming out of the match.
0-0 came up.
Actually, it looks like Ski is going to come out of the match, and It's probably a good idea. He got hit pretty hard there.
10 for double zero.
Four players in
It
now.
looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like Nate Gonzalez is also into the match for Team Count Fleet. Again, this is a direct free kick, so Brady could score from here if he wants to. And Mike Brady, the shot and the goal, long distance shot for Mike Brady. 1-0 Team Count Fleet. And I don't think that Team Justify realized that this was a direct free kick because of the contact foul. And everybody just let that ball roll through, but unfortunately for them, that will count as a goal. Now, direct free kicks are usually given for things like contact, primarily contact. Indirect free kicks are given for fouls such as the 2-on-1 violation, 3 in the box, things like that. And with an indirect free kick, the ball must touch someone else before it goes over the goal line to count as a goal. But I will repeat one more time, that was a direct free kick. And so Mike Brady with a long shot down the floor. Powell taking on Brady. Powell's going to push that one too hard and out of play. And Brady looking to go down the touchline again. It's been his strategy throughout this tournament. Now North with it, and North crashes into Brady, but that's going to be a 2-on-1 violation. Now this is an indirect free kick, so if Mike Brady were to score from here, he would have to touch the ball off of another player before it goes over the goal line. He does have Sylvester Cooper at that post to his left, but Happy Barton blocking off that path. Michael Powell and David North blocking off the path to Gonzalez. And that's going to go out of play for a Team Count Fleet kick-in. Or excuse me, Team Justify taking this kick in. Brady with a 180 spin kick, but he misses. Now Happy Barton just driving through everyone, including her teammate. Gonzalez is there. That ball rolls up in the air, ball still in play. Happy Barton trying to get around Gonzalez. And it looks like the brake lever on Happy Barton's right motor got tripped up by the ball. You can see her reaching for that brake lever down there, and the lever probably was pulled down and disengaged the motor. Now, I said this in a previous match, but it bears repeating. The referee is certainly under no obligation to stop the match if someone's equipment fails, but here referee Aaron Wiley has stopped play, and so we'll have a set ball just outside the Team Count Fleet goal area. Barton with a shot that goes off of Gonzalez. Corner kick coming up. Nicely done by Happy Barton. Now, Happy Barton repositioned that ball, even though in power soccer you're not really supposed to touch the ball. You're supposed to let the referees make those adjustments for you, but Barton now looking to set this corner kick in motion, and it's behind Powell, who has to stop the ball and collect it. Now Barton going to try to drive her way through. Barton, can she score a goal? Gonzalez is there to block it. Barton trying to find space between Olaf and Gonzalez. And now Barton gets around Gonzalez and scores a goal. And Happy Barton has equalized. Let's watch that again. You see her very patiently working the ball. And it looks like Gonzalez kind of got caught up a little bit, and that allowed Barton to get around him. So, Team Count Fleet making a substitution. Sylvester Cooper coming out, coming back in. Renee Peterson. And Mike Brady tried to go directly on goal with that, but the referee's whistle had not blown yet. I think Brady was trying to catch them off guard, but again, the referee's whistle had not blown, so we'll take this kickoff again. Let's see if Mike Brady tries to go on goal again. He goes right into Powell, but Powell misses. Now that shot blocked, and Happy Barton sends it out for a corner kick. Now Ulysses Albritton didn't move at all, so I'm not sure if he's having chair problems or whether he was confident enough that that ball was just going to roll right into him. But Mike Brady almost scoring on the kickoff. Now Brady with the kick sends it through. Powell cuts it off. And now Powell racing down the floor. That ball is curling back in on goal. Olaf is there. Peterson's there to defend. Olaf trying to push that ball out. Michael Powell trying to push the ball over the line. A little bit of a struggle here. Let's see who wins. Olaf has got it still. Powell is there trying to get it past Olaf. Now if the ball doesn't move for 3 seconds, referee Aaron Wiley can blow the whistle. Now Powell just slammed into Peterson. Now we're going to get a set ball because the ball was not in motion for more than 3 seconds. Now, I will say people who have been playing for a while, more experienced players, would try to work that ball out from the defenders and pass it back out to the top of the area where another teammate would be waiting typically and would have an open shot towards the goal. Brady, Powell, set ball. Powell with it. Powell gets around Brady. Powell driving. Gonzalez is there. Gonzalez trying to hold off Powell. Powell kicks it out to no one. Brady off of Powell goes out for a goal kick. That could have been dangerous if that ball had deflected about 7 or 8 inches to the right. That certainly would have been on goal. Powell sends that ball out of play. Goal kick again for Team Count Fleet. Brady trying to get it over to Gonzalez. That one off of Happy Barton, so kick in from about mid-court. And we're going to get a stoppage in play here. Ulysses Albritton has not moved from that space the entire time he's been out there. Wondering if he's having chair issues. And so David North is going to come in and replace Al Britton in goal. We're waiting for Al Britton to leave the playing area before we resume. And we're ready to resume once again. Now Patrick Edlin into the match for Team Justify. Gonzalez taking on Powell. Now that is, as you may or may not have heard, a 3-in-the-box violation. Most certainly. Powell and Barton in the box with David North. That ball right into Mike Brady. Brady sends a shot down the floor, but it's going to go wide. Peterson with the ball. Peterson sends it across. Powell takes it. Edlin and Powell too close together. 2-on-1 violation on Team Justify. So an indirect free kick coming up for Team Count Fleet. Renee Peterson very animated out there. Not quite sure what he's saying, but so again, this is an indirect free kick. The ball has to touch someone before it goes over the line to count as a goal. Let's see what Mike Brady does here. Brady with the shot through, and that one tipped out of play by Powell. Now, Happy Barton needs to move away because she is within 5 meters of that ball. Referee Aaron Wiley is going to allow this play to take place. So let's see where Mike Brady goes with it. Peterson is at the top of the area. Let's see if Brady can get it over to him. Actually, he goes right through Peterson now with an opportunity. Peterson still trying to score a goal, and that's going out for a corner kick, even though that very easily could have been a foul on Peterson. While we have a moment, I want to thank you all for watching this live stream on the Power Soccer Shop YouTube channel. And if you're not watching on the Power Soccer Shop YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you do so. Go to go to youtube.com/Power Soccer Shop. Now Peterson with an opportunity is going to get killed off by the 2-on-1 violation between Peterson and Gonzalez. Brady hits that one right into Barton. And now Edlin with it. Barton takes it away, and the referee blows the halftime whistle. A goal for each team means we are going into halftime level at 1. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the battle for bronze continues. Team Justify, Team Count Fleet. You're watching the 39th National Veterans Wheelchair Games. We'll be back in a few minutes. Second half underway here at the Kentucky International Convention Center. For Powers Soccer Shop, I'm Tony Jackson. Team Justify and Team Count Fleet in a bronze medal battle here. The teams are level at 1. We have 20 minutes to decide a winner, and if we don't have one at that point, we will go into overtime. Someone needs to win. Brady sends a rocket down the line. It goes off of ski and out of play. Kick in coming up for Team Justify. And Happy Barton almost took out referee Aaron Wiley. Mike Brady with the ball, trying to get it around Powell. And Powell takes the ball away. Powell now driving in. Olaf is there, and she pushes it out for a corner kick. Jessica Olaf has been solid in goal all week long. And Team Count Fleet is going to need her once again as Team Justify prepares for a corner kick. Happy Barton sends that ball in. Powell off of Sylvester Cooper. The pass across. Ski tries to clear the area. And that is a 2-on-1 violation. Alexander Velasquez and Michael Powell. Brady sends that ball all the way down the floor, and Cooper can't get to it in time, so a kick in coming up for Team Justify. And Cooper thought Michael Powell touched the ball, but don't think that's the case. So Happy Barton going to kick the ball in. Brady cuts that ball off of Powell. And Barton needs to save it before it goes out of play, and she doesn't. Looks like Barton is going to take this kick. That ball goes all the way across to no one. And a 3-in-the-box violation is going to give Team Count Fleet an indirect free kick. So again, this is an indirect free kick coming up. Mike Brady needs to touch the ball off of someone before it can go over the goal line and count as a goal. Racing in and scores the goal. Let's watch that again. Now, Barton was pushing it wide, and Alexander Velasquez came sweeping in and redirected that ball on target. It's now 2-1 in favor of Team Count Fleet. Now Renee Peterson into the match in goal. Jessica Olaf has come out.
Alex needs 4 more. He needs 4 more.
Powell hits that ball out of play. Kick in coming up again for Team Count Fleet. Mike Brady sends this ball into the goal area. Well, he's about to. He paused there momentarily. Now that ball goes through. Powell touches it, and it's going to go out for another Count Fleet kick in. Mike Brady across off of Edlin. Gonzalez trying to score a goal. Now, a 3-in-the-box violation is what the Team Count Fleet bench wants, but they're not going to get it. Play continues, all kinds of fouls taking place here, and Olaf goes crashing into Powell. Things starting to get a little bit heated out here. Brady with a 180 spin kick, but he's a little late on it, so it goes out for a Team Justify kick in. Powell, Brady redirects that ball, but it's going to go wide and out of play. Goal kick coming up for Team Justify. Powell sends that behind Barton and out of play. Team Count Fleet with a kick in coming up. I want to remind you all, if you're having problems on our livestream.com channel, you can always go over to YouTube, search for Power Soccer Shop, and watch this live stream over there, youtube.com/Power Soccer Shop. Mike Brady ready to take this kick. Now, he's got a lot of space at this near post. Let's see if he tries to go for it. He does, but there wasn't a lot of pace on that shot, and it's going to go out of play for another kick in. See, Brady has got a couple options out here. Let's see which one he takes. He's got Gonzalez, who's behind Powell. Could always go straight in on goal, but he went right off of Barton. That ball goes out of play. So Alexander Velasquez coming off. Jessica Olaf coming off for Team Count Fleet. Coming on in place of Olaf for Team Count Fleet, number 5, Bruce Sanders. And coming on for Velasquez for Team Justify, number 1, David North.
up, all right? Whoa, you can't be on the floor. Whoa, you can't be on the floor. Whoa.
A little bit of confusion there. Sylvester Cooper was coming onto the floor, and that would have given Team Count Fleet 5. Brady sends that ball right into Powell, who sends that into Brady, but it was out of play before it touched Brady, so. So kick in coming up again for Team Count Fleet.
Are you trying to become internet famous for breaking everything? It's not a good place to be, I can tell you.
That ball down the line to Gonzalez. Powell's there. And Powell ran into Brady, but referee Aaron Wiley going to call the foul on Mike Brady instead. Powell into Gonzalez, and he crashes into Gonzalez, and now he pushes right through him. Powell heading down the floor into Peterson. Peterson hits that ball out and almost takes out the official. Peterson now out of the goal area. Corner kick coming up for Team Justify. Now referee Aaron Wiley trying to get Peterson behind the goal line. As the keeper, he can be within 5 meters of the ball, but he has to be behind the goal line. Peterson leaving a lot of space between him and that post. Now, not really any pace on that ball, and Brady was able to easily defend that, but it goes out, and let's see who will be awarded possession here. Kick in for Team Justify. Brady sends that one back out of play again. Another kick in coming up for Team Justify. 35th minute, Count Fleet looking for another goal. That ball hit out of play by Brady, and so Happy Barton looks like she's going to take this kick, but not before we get a couple substitutions here. Bruce Sanders coming off, coming back into the match. It looks like Jessica Olaf going to be returning to the pitch. Brady sends that ball down the floor. It's going to roll out for a goal kick. Powell hits that ball. Brady trying for a 180 spin kick, but Gonzalez was there, which stopped his spin. Now Peterson comes out of the area. Nobody back there in the Count Fleet goal. And that ball out of play off of Barton. Kick in coming up for Team Count Fleet. Brady, some options, but they're pretty long distance. Powell sends that one back up the floor. Peterson comes out to make a play on it. Now, Powell was the last to hit that one out, so another kick in coming up for Team Count Fleet. '38th minute, not much time left. Team Count Fleet desperately need a goal.
Watch out for the wheelchair here. Don't walk into that. There, you focus on the match. This is what we're paying you for.
Powell keeps that ball in play. Peterson comes up to try to make a play on it, and he pushes through Powell, but we're going to get a foul on Peterson. And a direct free kick for Team Justify. Powell stopped by Peterson. Happy Barton tries to push through. Renee Peterson over to Gonzalez. Barton is there. Happy Barton. David North is also there. 2-on-1 violation. Who's it going to be on? It's going to be on Team Count Fleet. So again, this is an indirect free kick coming up. So the ball has to touch someone before it goes over the goal line to count as a goal. So Powell looking to go over to Barton. Powell goes right into Brady. That ball did not go over the goal line. It wouldn't have counted anyway if it did, unless it touched Brady before going over the goal line. And now we're going to get a 2-on-1 violation, and that's because Peterson, even though he's the goalkeeper, he was out of the goal area. So once he leaves the goal area, he's no longer protected from the 2-on-1 violation. So an indirect free kick coming up for Team Justify. We are now in added time, ladies and gentlemen, and Team Justify holding on to a very, very narrow 2-1 lead. Can they maintain it, or will Team Count Fleet find an equalizer? Barton with a shot, saved. Now Peterson reached his hand out for the ball, and you can't do that. Happy Barton scores a goal. 3-1 the score. Let's watch that again. Barton almost got that goal, but it was saved initially, and Barton then takes the rebound and punches it over the line. Happy Barton giving out high fives all around. Jessica Olaf is on the wrong side of the floor, so she'll head back to her team's side. Looks like David North is going to go into goal. Patrick Edlin going to come out. Mike Brady sends that ball down the floor, and that one's just wide of the post. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final whistle. Team Justify 3, Team Count Fleet 1. Team Justify will take home the bronze medal. And that will conclude day 3 of this Power Soccer competition here at the 39th National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, here in the United States, the gold medal match, Team Gallant Fox versus Team American Pharaoh. Be sure to tune in on the Power Soccer Shop YouTube channel, youtube.com/Power Soccer Shop. But until then, we bid you good night here from the Kentucky International Convention Center. For Power Soccer Shop, I'm Tony Jackson, and we will see you tomorrow.